Welcome back everybody to another update video. I am standing out here at my compost bin because I'm about to put a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of stuff down here I'm going to be putting in. These are what you think they are, and these will break down and add the brown layer to it, which is the carbon layer. So, and they go, and look how I've got a fat raccoon that likes to come in here and steal stuff out of here, so he's bent my hardware cloth down. Hopefully I sound better today because my voice isn't as bad. But I got some, these are duck eggs. I can't eat chicken eggs, so I've got duck eggs. I'm gonna put, one of them's a full egg, the other one's a shell, but this here adds carbon, so in the whole thing goes. And I got some old old bread end pieces, they go in there. And then here's a big thing of slop, that's just kitchen scraps. You can see a grape right there, but a lot of this is eggshell from where I made eggs, and coffee. And I just throw the whole filter in there. We use the non-bleached filters, so I just throw the whole filter in there. It's just paper. Coffee grounds are a great thing to compost. They're a great soil amendment, and they're just great for the garden. Look at it, that's lovely right there. Look at that. Yeah, I'm sure it smells great too, but I'm not going to smell it. You can, I'm not. But let's dump it all in. There we go. And I compost pretty much anything. Oh look, there's can you see him right there? I'm trying to get right. Come on. Focus on the spider. Focus on the spider, come on. You can see him, he's blurry. It focused on him for a split second. It's called come on. Oh well. They're called orchard orb weavers, and well, technically the full name is Mabel orchard orb weavers, but they're a really pretty spider. They don't get much bigger than what I just showed you, and I like having them around, other than the fact that I walk through their spider webs all the time. These are not looking good, but a lot of times when you plant cuttings, this is what they do, and then all of a sudden they'll come back. And my friend who gave me these told me that they will, this is what will happen basically, and then they'll get stronger. And she told me that all you have to do is stick them in the ground and they start going again. Look up here, and this moringa tree, I don't know if you can see it very well, is blooming. So I'm hoping we get, before the cold gets here, I'm hoping we get some, it'd be nice if I had some moringa pods. I'd try to grow some more seed. My acerola tree is blooming again. I would be excited. Look at all the new growth coming up right there though. That is exciting, because this guy, I was really worried about this guy at one point. Dadgum, armadillos, man. Making this tree lean. Look at that. But I was worried about this guy at one point because he was looking very sad, and I wasn't sure if it was going to make it. So I don't know, it may just have to lean. But ever since I put him in the ground, and it took a while for it to get accustomed to being out here in the ground. But once it took hold, man, it's done really well. But like I said, I'd get excited about the blooms, but what does it matter? I can't get anything to pollinate them, so we never get any cherries. And that drives me insane. I don't know what to do. I'm trying the best I can to get bees to come on my property, but there's a little butterfly. I have butterflies. Oh look, There's a ripe. I've just forgotten the name. Jamaican cherry. And there's one right there that's turning ripe. That one will be consumed in a little while by myself. But this thing's got fruit all on it. You got to kind of look under the leaves because the fruit hangs down. But anyways, the mulberry is not blooming yet, or not blooming right now. Anyways, I'm going to get the garden hoe out and hoe the edges back a little bit here. I got my chayote trying to come on over here. I have had to I had a little bit of a disaster. No, not a disaster, but a little bit of an emergency situation the other day. Yesterday, actually, I had to come out. Sorry, little lizard. Didn't mean sorry. It's okay. You can go back. I had to come out and I was just going to lean to, I guess. I had to come out and look at how full this is getting over here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I've seen where, see right here? See that right there? That's going to be a flower. And never mind, because I just broke it. I hate when I do that. Oh well. There's going to be plenty of flowers. I'm trying to get it back on, and every time I move it, it breaks. All I'm trying to do is this. But anyways. Can't wait for there to be flowers because I can't wait to have pumpkins. You'll have to excuse me coughing because everything is loosening up, and so it is what it is. I haven't slept through the night for several nights now because I wake up coughing. Look at the baby beans coming out there, and I've got beans coming in like crazy now. But this one over here, yesterday we had Tropical Storm Ada kind of swing by. Didn't make landfall, but it was sending weather our way. And this teepee was on the ground. Look at the flowers right there. It was on the ground, and I had to come out here in the rain and fix it. So hopefully, I don't think it pulled any of these up. So hopefully those will keep going. But you can see beans and yeah, the beans are coming in nicely. In fact, I've got some I'm probably going to pick today before I go inside. And what we do is, see that one right there? That big one right there. That one's probably ready. You kind of measure them from like the top of the tips of your fingers down to your forearm. And that one, it may need some more time. There's some down here that may be good. That one in the middle there may be good. Of course, it also depends on how big your forearms are. How long, I should say. There's some there, but man, these things are blooming like crazy. And once they bloom, it's pretty much a guarantee you're going to get beans. I'm going to move this vine back into the mess here. But I'm gonna tend these edges. But so yeah, I had to fix that. I had to stake that up because it was leaning, but it's doing really well. I don't think any, as I said, I don't think any of the roots of that one bean teepee, I don't think when it fell it pulled up any of the roots from the beans, because I don't have them like, I don't have them trellised super tight. I put a little twist tie, like a garden twist tie type thing on it, and but I don't want to get it tight, so just to kind of give it support. But so I don't think any of the roots got messed up, and I think it will be okay. So garden hoe, think about what you're doing. I start talking and then I don't think about what I'm doing. these over here, this cassava, I'm gonna have to cut it down because it's leaning really bad, and it's getting to be that time. This is interesting flowers though, but I'm thinking about, obviously I'm going to keep some canes for myself so I can replant it. I'm not sure if we left any of the cassava roots in the ground that they would pop up again. But I'll see what happens, and if they do, you know, that's great. If not, I'm going to keep some canes and plant it again, probably in a different location. But I am going to probably sell some of the ones because I don't need that many. So if anybody's watching this and you're interested, you can get in touch with me and give me your information, and I will ship you some canes. And they're, if you're in a warm climate, if you want, I mean, hey, if you want to try them in a cooler climate and you're willing to pay me for it, be my guest, and I wish you the best of luck. They'll grow in the spring and summer, but you won't have them for long. You might get some roots out of them though. They just don't like cold because they are a true tropical plant. But this is what I do. I come out and just hoe along the edges here. I need to bend this hoe. I need to bend the head back so that I can get more of a cutting action instead of a digging action. But like I said in my garden video, my garden tools video, this is just a regular garden hoe. And this is what I do. I come out and get the edges, which is why I have not mulched around. I decided against mulching the outside because I don't want to, it's much harder to hoe around mulch. So I just decided to leave them, and that way I can come in here and do this. When it gets weedy, I just hoe it and it knocks the weeds back. And which is also why I haven't done any sort of mulch in the middle. I need to come and hoe those too. I haven't done any sort of mulch in the middle of the rows because I'm gonna hoe it and it's gonna mess up the mulch, so might as well just leave it alone. So I just leave it, but this thicker stuff that gets out here, I've got to use the garden hoe. I can't use my swage hoe. See, like that right there, I have to be able to do that and yank it up sometimes. But so yeah, I just tend the perimeter with the garden hoe, and then I tend the inside with the swage hoe, and it works. But I need to take a hammer and bend this back. I wish I had like a forge or something so I could heat this up, make it easier to bend, but bend that back some so I can so that I can get more of the cutting action, as I said, and not a digging action. But and you may think this looks awkward, but I'm doing it one-handed, so I need to get some sort of something like to mount this to my head or to my body so that I can use both hands when I'm out here and not keep one on the phone. But you see how thick that is? I mean, sometimes it just, and I sharpen this, and sometimes it just bounces right off of it. There's a root right there, you can see I just cut it some right here. I think it's coming from this cherry laurel over here, which I don't, well, you know my sentiments on it. Useless tree. I guess it's not really useless. Everything has a purpose, but I just don't know what it is. Now, I'm going to stop right here because I don't want to cut that. And this will kind of help the weeds. There will be a lot less weeds inside there than there will be in here because it's being shaded by my pumpkin. So And there's a Autumn Beauty sunflower poking up right there. I haven't had much luck with those. This one kind of fell over in the wind. Maybe it'll right itself. My daughter's mammoth sunflowers are doing great though. Excuse me again for the coughing, but you know, I can't help it. Right, so yeah, I'm just gonna do this and knock some of this back. I have to do this occasionally. We got a bunch of rain yesterday from that from Tropical Storm Ada, which isn't really sitting. It never really came over us. It just sent a bunch of weather up our way. But that's fine. You know, it's nice and helps the garden out. I'm sure the trees loved it, and then I don't have to do it. So that's always a good thing. Although I run a sprinkler in the garden, so it's not like I'm, you know, breaking my back to water in here. But still, I don't have to mess with it. It does it itself. That's one of the things about summertime in Florida. You grow plants that don't mind the heat, like okra, yard-long beans, stuff like that, and it pretty much it pretty much waters itself because we get so much rain during the summer that, you know, you don't have to worry about watering it. Spring, it depends. Sometime, like this past spring was a pretty dry spring, so I had to, the plants that I did have planted, I had to run the sprinkler a lot. But during the summer, you really don't have to worry about it. So you see, kind of, I dig along, and I may miss a few spots, but the goal is to just keep this controlled. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to keep it controlled. You can see kind of it's wanting to creep in there. So when I get done hoeing down here, which I'm not going to show me doing this entire thing because I don't want to put you to sleep, but once I get done, like, I'm going to hoe this whole thing down here. I don't want it to look perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. All I'm trying to do is keep these weeds and grass from just coming back in, and keeping the edges kind of hoed back a little bit will slow that down. But and that's pretty much how I do it. But yeah, that's what's going on. Let me just kind of show you. These are the mammoth sunflowers, and you can tell where the flower is probably going to be, but they're doing well. A lot of them are doing well. The chayote, all the chayote are doing well now, and my daughter's pumpkins are doing well. So between mine and hers, hopefully we will have pumpkins, at least by Christmas, so we can make a pie. Because, man, I'm telling you what, if you've never had a pie made with Seminole pumpkin, man, it blows the little pie pumpkins that you can get out of the water. It's so much better, so much sweeter. Just the flesh in general is so much sweeter. Oh, it's so good. So as long as I can get Seminole pumpkins, if I have Seminole pumpkins, I will never use pie pumpkins or anything like that. They're so good. And you can use Seminole pumpkins for other things, not just for sweet things, but man, they make such a good pie that I don't really care to use it for anything else. But anyways, that's about it for today. I'll be back. I should be back on Thursday like I normally am, and we'll see what's on the plate then. So yeah, that's about it. And I'm going to hoe a little bit more, and then I'm going to go to work, and like usual, That seems to be what I say every video. But yeah, that's about it, and I'm going to finish up. And please like and comment, subscribe to my channel, and share it anywhere you have anybody that's interested in gardening, if you're a part of any groups that are interested in gardening. And let's grow this community, especially during these times, if you know what I mean. So until next time, I'll talk with y'all later. Real quick, finished product. See, this is what it looks like. If I've never really showed you before, here's what it looks like. You can see where it's kind of made a little trench, but that's not my goal, but it's just to get back and it's not perfect, as I said, but it slows down everything from coming in. You can see along here, slows down everything from coming in and taking back over. And then probably Thursday I'll have to come out with swage hoe and get in the rows. So anyways, talk to y'all later.